Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have just been sitting on sharing about so many things, but this is the year. I have been just like storing up content, and I'm such a storyteller at heart, but this like fantasy idea of like perfection and doing it perfect and having good quality content and a good gear and all that stuff has just literally kept me like debilitated from actually just doing it and putting it out there. And so one thing I've been wanting to share with you is just like after my divorce, how I literally had to start from the ground. I had literally had to start all over again. And you know, the crazy thing that a lot of people don't talk about is, especially like what's rare for women like me who are Hmong, who got married at a really young age, is that we experience independence but with a partner. And so like what no one ever prepares for is just what life looks like post-divorce. And so for me, it was like moving cross country to back, you know, closer to like where my family was. And at that time, like I literally had probably like under $300 to my name. It was like $200 to $300 to my name. There was like nothing else. I had packed my luggage. I had no car. I had nothing. And so my youngest sister and my Autumn and my brother-in-law Dwight, they took me in and they had an extra room, and I just like lived with them. They were and continue to be my support system here in Southern California. And yeah, while I was living with them, I didn't even have like a proper like mattress. I slept on like one of their like fold out like futon cushions that like, you know, wasn't even like the whole size of a twin size bed. And I'll put some like clips here of just like that time of my life when, you know, that was my reality, and that was something that I had to just accept. And I was so grateful for everyone and every small thing that basically like built me to be where I'm at now. And now I'm in my own space almost 3 years later. But you know, it took me a year of living with my sister, my youngest sister and brother-in-law. It took everything in me to like have to like start over, looking for a job, figuring out like what that looks like in SoCal, what is it that I want to do, as well as, you know, saving up the money to be able to thrive on my own and to be independent, you know. And so like it was mind-blowing, like, and almost like devastating how challenging it was originally to pursue this dream of like being able to like make it out here on my own and to live on my own and to be my own source and my own provider, to be able to afford you know, all of like my necessities and stuff. And so it took so much grit, so much dedication, but I was just like committed to making this work. And no matter how hard and challenging it was, I knew that I made a conscious decision for myself, and I just knew I was not going to regret it, no matter how challenging it was going to be. And so about, yeah, like almost like a year to the date, a year to the T, I want to say, I moved out from my youngest sister's place to a townhouse. All right, taking my first load to my new place. And I rented a room and bathroom from the landlord there and lived there in Orange County for just be closer to work too. I relocated there intentionally to be closer to work, and I lived there for a little over a year. And then oh my gosh, I'm saying this year, but it's 2026 now. The beginning of 2025, around like March in April, I started looking for a new place, and it has always been a dream of mine to live on my own, to have my own space, to just like really see what that would feel like, to create my own routines. And yeah, it's been so beautiful how everything just fell into place. My boss had given me a good promotion, and it really like allowed me to just like fly out of the nest, so to speak. And so yeah, I took baby steps, and I went from, you know, like renting a room and pitching in with my sister and brother-in-law into like my own space of having my own bedroom and bathroom and shared kitchen, communal space. Apparently that's like a thing in a lot of like busier cities. I never knew that. And those are things I have been learning as I go. And then after that, yeah, I was like, you know, sharing space was nice. I, you know, had 2 housemates, and they were both male, and, you know, I thought living with men would be like, you know, no drama, but I got in the middle of it. You know, I was like being pulled in the middle between their drama, and I was like, I don't need this. Like, my life has been intentionally created to not have so much drama. And so I moved from that to here where I'm at now, and it's been such a blessing. I'm renting a studio in Orange County that I just like am so in love with, and the way it fell in place. And even throughout my search, when I met my landlord, she was just so sweet. And even though I was in like a predicament, like she was so understanding, and they were so patient. When I had connected with her again to see if they would be willing to wait 30 days for me, since my landlord at that time was out of country. I knew I wanted this space, but I didn't know if they would be willing to wait out for me, and they did. They were like, when I called them, like even that whole interaction has been divine in itself, because when I talked to her over the phone, she was just like, actually, after meeting you, I just really loved your energy. I'm huge on like, you know, consciously picking who our next tenant is going to be, and so yeah, we would love to have you like be, you know, in this studio space. And I was just so moved, and I knew that it was time. So it's been, oh my gosh, I moved in here beginning of April of 2025. Now it's been 9 months, and I love it. I just love being here. I love having my own space. I was able to get my own you know, furniture, and I had a community of friends who also pitched in and helped, gifted me, so I could create this safe haven for myself. So I'm just super excited. Like, reclaiming my independence has taken form in so many ways. Not only did I reclaim my name, which you can watch that video on my YouTube channel, but I also worked so hard to reclaim my independence and what that looked like. Reclaiming my culture by cooking foods and getting connected with other Hmong women in the community in my city. I really wanted to share just how liberating and empowering it has been to have my own space, to live on my own. For now, I'm just really sitting in gratitude over just all the people who have made this possible, and then also just like my past self for holding on and being so persevering when it comes to this. When it came to this dream of wanting to just be on my own, wanting to create my own safe space, wanting to have my own studio or like home of my own, I like have been reflecting so much on this since April of last year of 2025, just how thankful I am that like I get to experience something that none of my ancestors got to, none of the women of my lineage ever got to, and that's like literally living on your own. Like even my brothers and sisters, like we all got married young, or we've always been living with people, but to like really make it out just by yourself, pay your own bills, buy your own groceries, like all these things, like, and just really like do it alone. Oh my gosh, it has been so challenging but so worth it, and I really want to create a legacy, just like teaching and breaking down just like this expectation that like you have to get married to have all of these things. We have it so reversed, you know, as Hmong American individuals, and I really want to show them that like we can thrive as a single person, we can thrive and be independent and still value community and value friendship and relationships. But yeah, I'm just super thankful and grateful to be where I'm at. I don't take any of it for granted because I know this has been a long time coming. So many people have been praying for me, so many people have been cheering for me and manifesting this this experience for me as well. So I am going to just like end the video here, but I just really wanted to share that. And if you're in similar shoes, or if you know someone who's going through a very similar experience where they're having to rebuild themselves again from like nothing, and I mean nothing, like I didn't even have a car, and I'll share about that next because that's a whole nother story. I literally felt homeless at the time, and now when I look back, I'm just so thankful for every bit of the story because it just makes it all worth it. And I'm just so thankful to just be able to share bits and pieces of it with you guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.